Hello everybody. Just thought I'd show you some tomato plants that I planted and been growing. These are kind of cherry tomatoes. I have, the hanging one, which I'm trying, and potted ones. I did use this one last year, and last year when I used it, I didn't get nearly as much damage to the fruits from the hanging one. I didn't know if it was because it was hanging or if it was because it was down here by the canal, like hanging up in the air and next to this concrete. So I thought I'd move the other ones down here and see if it made a difference. And it seems to be the concrete and the fact where it's located, because these plants I'm not getting hardly any damage at all either on these cherry tomatoes. So I think it's the location more than anything else. This is typical. There's just no damage at all. Hardly have any damage on these. Okay. And I'm also growing some larger tomatoes over here. These are all non-hybrid, by the way. And they've been doing it. They had even more damage last year, and I probably had maybe 20% of these that have had significant damage where they're really unusable. And before it was more like 40 or 50% when I had them up near where my regular garden is. If you're going to grow tomatoes in Florida, this is the time of year to do it. I planted these in September by seed. I seeded these in late September, and right now it's almost January 1st. I've been getting tomatoes for about a month now, so I started getting them 1st of December. And I'm using just kind of Miracle-Gro fertilizer, watering them every day at first for first couple months, and then now I'm every other day. Can even skip to 3 days if I'm away from out of town or something. But these are really good, and these are semi-determinate, and that's what I'd recommend, because especially if you're planting a garden and you don't want to can a bunch, which I don't really want to. I don't want to be canning. These are popping out tomatoes constantly. I've been having tomatoes, like I said, for well over a month, and last year I was able to keep my tomatoes going into about March. So I had tomatoes for about 4 months that these plants were popping out tomatoes for 4 straight months. Pretty healthy supply of them. So that's what I would recommend, especially if you don't want to can, if you're in Florida where you have this long growing season. Can't grow these in the summer, it's too hot, although I heard cherry tomatoes might be doable in the summer, which I might try that sometime. Try the cherry tomatoes, but so far so good. And I never planted tomatoes till last year, so this was really some of my first efforts, so I'm very pleased. And they produce a lot of food. This is a lot of tomatoes. So anyway, thought I'd show you that. We'll see you later.